Good evening, students. Welcome to the session on education. I met you in the morning and spoke about the military and paramilitary forces. Now, in this session, I'll be talking to you about education. Education is a term with which all of us are familiar. All of you are educated formally and informally. Informally means moment you are born, we have started learning at home from the circumstances, from the elders and imitating others, and then later on we came to the institutions to learn. It is said that family is the first social institution where the learning takes place, and then gradually that one comes to the school, colleges, universities, etc., etc. But you must know that education is lifelong process. It starts in the womb and goes to the tomb. It starts when you are in the mother's belly and it goes on till we go to the grave. It is from womb to the tomb. There are so many definitions of education. The most common and most popular one is by Swami Vivekananda. He said, education is perfection already in man. He wants to say that all of us are having similar potential. Nobody is less, nobody is more by birth, but it depends upon how much we can grow. If we culture the qualities, if we put into use the thing, it goes. That's why education is divided into two things. It is knowledge and skill. What is knowledge? Some subject which you have to learn and remember. It gives the information, like a history, maybe geography, some other subjects. Whereas some subjects which you have to learn to practice, like your language. If you learn the language, you have to be able to write the language, you have to be able to speak in this language, and you have to be able to use it for recording your thoughts and feelings. Other definition of education is, some people say it is a tool of empowerment, means one makes himself empowered. It makes somebody capable of earning and living. It is also true. And the largest dimension of it, Dr. Nelson Mandela said, he is one of the greatest human rights worker in the African country. He says that if you want to change the country, change the universe, change the fate of the people, you have to depend on education. You know, one president of America, Barack Obama, is one of the first black presidents of America. He used to say that if someone asks me to give a definition or give my priorities for my country, he will say first will be education, second will be education, and third also will be education. It is a change agent because through education we change. We bond with some concept or whatever we see in the family, whatever we observe in the family with the elders, we acquire that in our life. If we are a Hindu family boy or person, we acquire the trait of Hindu family. If we are from a Muslim family or any other religious family, we pick up the trait of that family. If we are in the family of particular profession, we observe things and set our mind, but education changes ourselves. We come to the school, we interact with the boys and girls of different languages, different culture, different religion, and different professions, and that's how our learning increases. Language has a very, very strong connection with education. If you remember, when you started learning, when you had gone to the school, first thing you have done is you have learned the language, maybe Kannada, later on Hindi, or maybe English. Language is a thing which makes the person learn things or makes the person actually knowledgeable. It is said that human being is the only creature on the earth which has got the boon from the God, which has got the blessings of the God to have a language. As because we have language, we can speak very, very clearly, we can express ourselves. As because we have language, we can record our thoughts in the form of writing. As because we have language, we can sing songs and record our emotional feelings in this. So language and education is very important. And when you learn anything, we should see that language is acquired, because language gives you so much of pleasure and happiness, so much of ease in communication that it comes handy in the whole life. We know about our national professor, Dr. Chatterjee. He has been the educated person. He has got 18 language in his control. he can write in 18 languages. All the greatest of the great scholars know various languages, and if they learn language, their brain works better. It is said that learning language in the early life makes the person capable of learning better, and at the same time, if we have many languages learned, a person can learn better. Person can apply this language better. He can associate the situations better. Skill and theories, or you can say skill subject and then knowledge subjects. We should distinguish between that. When it is a knowledge subject, you read and read and read. Reading makes you perfect. Reading on British essays, Francis Bacon says, reading makes a full man, writing a perfect man, and conference a ready man. If you read, you will learn more. If you write, you become accurate, and if you speak, you become thorough. You become confident person to present yourself well. Education is divided into formal and informal. When you go to the school, through the textbooks, through the lectures in the classroom, through the practical works in the laboratory, you learn many things, but that is not enough, because everything cannot come into your classroom and textbook. Lot of things have to be learned. If you're in the playground, you know how to tackle the situation. If you're in a company of others, you know how to tackle them, how to mix up with them, and all those skills are required. The skills are also divided into hard skill and soft skill. When you read a language, you have the skill, we learn the skill. When you do work in the computer, you learn the skill. When you work in the laboratory, you know the skill how to mix the chemicals or how to experiment in the physics laboratory. But there are certain things which are much beyond that. When you are in a company of others, there how to mix up with other things is very important. This is called soft skill. Means you have to make yourself part of the group, and you have to make others comfortable with you so that you can work together. These days, after the globalization, nobody knows where you're going to work. Even if you say that you will not go outside, or you will not leave India, or you will not leave your own city, you never know. While sitting there, you might be getting the people to work under you or work with you of other language, other culture. So it is a great value. It is of very great importance that you understand others, you mix up with others, you make others comfortable with you, and you become comfortable, because everyone's contribution makes the thing happen. Just few years back, we have sent some mission, a space mission in the moon, and the scientists of those space department, they have collaborated with hundreds of countries of so many things. They have taken so many things from so many countries, technical knowledge, mathematical knowledge, and then acquired those knowledge, put into use as a teamwork, and then go. Then only we could reach the moon and we could achieve the target which you have. So it is very important that we should be in the team minded, and we should acquire this quality. General education and vocal education, there are two terms you might be hearing. General education means like normal education, which makes you learn the things like your normal graduation, normal commerce graduation, arts graduation, science graduation. But something called vocational education, by which you connect yourself with some job. If you are doing polytechnics, if you are doing diploma in engineering, you would select a stream, and there you acquire your knowledge, not to just learn things, but to apply. When you are learning your engineering, when you are learning your nursing or any other subject, when you do this, these are called vocational courses. After doing this course, you are connected with some professions so that you can do better. Olden days, learning used to be confined into 3 arts: reading, writing, and arithmetic. But things have changed. If you look at your grandfather's age, around 60 years, 70 years ago, anybody just having minimum education, he has passed only just first or second or third standard, was getting a job. Little later, you must be seeing that many people with matriculation got good jobs. Maybe about 20 years back also, a graduate was fit to get any job, but these days it is different. Even an engineer is not taken for the job immediately because they look for the skill. Our Infosys and Wipro, 2 Indian companies of Bangalore, those who have been working across the globe, that their chairman of those 2 companies say that our engineers, our graduates are not fit to work. They do not have skill. They do not even 10% of them also are not fit to work outside. That is very important for you. Not only that you have to learn the subject, not only you have to apply it only in your laboratories, not only you have to answer the questions in the exam, but you have to have it in your mind that any situation comes, you should apply. Education is for record purposes. If you acquire the language, you should have this inspiration that you will be using it in future. Dr. Abdul Kalam, one of the very learned presidents of India, used to say that each and every home should have library. That is the culture of a house. If you have records and books in your family, you will directly or indirectly or willingly or unwillingly, even if you have a very little time, you'll be picking up a book and learning. That is what it is. So you should not only see others doing, whatever thought comes to you, you start developing a writing habit. Write small poetry, write small articles, write small thing, and there are so many ways you can express. These days, social media is giving an opportunity for expression. You have so many channels of TV, so many papers coming, you start doing it. Olden days, after the Indus Valley civilization, which has been one of the oldest civilizations, our educational system got changed. Means what I want to say is, education of our country could be divided in few phases. One is that Indus Valley civilization time, which is about 4,000 years BC. Means from today it is 6,000 years old history. When all the civilizations of the world came up, Indian civilization also came up. It is one of the earliest and the greatest civilization of the country. We call it Indus Valley civilization, and we call it Hindu Sabhata. In this era, we had all the excellent skills in our society. People were learned, people had education, and though we do not have much records, but there is no doubt about it, we had advanced education system. But gradually there are changes. In 1600 BC, 1600 before Christ,